What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy CrtxlThght, and we back with another video. We got a special video for y'all today. Now, I'm in like one of them. I'm one of them. I got a special video for y'all today. I want to talk about a few different things here on the CrtxlThght podcast. First off, hopefully y'all doing good. Over the past few days, I've been struggling, with a lot of, I've been, working like crazy, But it's crazy, saying, the amount of work that I've been putting in, but it's all I just got to keep it real, man. I just got to keep a buck with you. It's just all a matter of being present, one, and just letting chips fall where they may, right? Because it's the difference between, when you get into doing something and it's just there's a specific way you want it to look, and it's not going to look the way you want it to look, right? You know what I'm saying? And an artist has a very difficult life if that's his only outlet, you know what I'm saying? Because as an artist, for the most part, you get to structure things exactly how you want it to look, for the most part. Maybe not how, because it's something that's more sensory to your body. You know what I'm saying? It's just like how you feel, right? You know what I'm saying? How you feel is going to dictate how, the canvas turns out. But in life, in technical functions and stuff, man, listen, that's all present stuff. It ain't coming out of your imagination for the most part. Your imagination has already been set. You've already created closed loop systems and, actual tools and systems, from out of your imagination, or, procedures from out of your own imagination. But, when you get into real life, at the end of the day, all these things are just either that. They're either tools or they're just sets to run out of. You know what I'm saying? They're not actual definitive things. And it's all just present. It's just a present thing, present process, at the end of the day still. So it's nothing turns out the way you want it to turn out, because it's just going to be what it is, right? It's like a scoreboard, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing as a scoreboard. And it's just that's the main thing. That's one of the main things I had to realize, in all these different technical functions and, outlets, it's none of it is a definitive thing, and none of it is something to turn out the way you want it to turn out, but it's just going to turn out how it's going to be. It's you know what I'm saying? It's a battle, you know what I'm saying? And that's the beauty of it. You know what I'm saying? Is the fact that it don't turn out the way you want it to turn out. It turns out however it's going to turn out. And it's going to be what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? All you can do is just prepare for it and just get better at it. And, take care of business when you're in it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just with that sort of mindset, it just makes it a beautiful thing. Because now you can sort of prepare yourself for it. You can sort of structure. And it's just that's just how it is. Straight up. I had to realize that, you know what I'm saying? And that's what's been making things so sort of difficult for me, in terms of this clothing business and, just getting things straight and trying to get things right with this, and then, and the extensions of it, you know what I'm saying? It's just trying to control too much of what it's going to look like and what it's going to be, you know what I'm saying? And just trying to, control it. And it's just shit, man, it's going to be what it's going to be, It's going to be it's going to be a clothing business. It's going to be, it's going to have everything, basically that involved with a clothing business, and more. And it's just, it's going to be what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that I can dictate, I can't, it's not something that I can sort of say okay, this is exactly how I imagined it. I drew it up, and it's exactly no, for the most part, I can will it together. Of course I can, and that's what I'm supposed to do. But speaking on a different realm, I'm speaking a little bit on a different side of it. like, man, you got to think presently with this thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a clothing business. And it's just like, of course, I'm going to control the art. I'm going to control the, this, that, and the third. I'm going to control it. But speaking from a different sort of, I guess, realm or, angle or whatever you want to call it, dimension, I don't know. Shoot, you really can't control it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a scoreboard. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be what it's going to be. All you can do is just sort of just do your best and setting up things, and that's just it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you spend too much time trying to fix everything or put everything together like an artist. Nah, this ain't an artist. Artists can't do this because an artist focuses too much on, artists will focus too much on details and like making sure every detail is right, So that's the sort of thing, I had to realize with this joint. But like, that was it. For the most part. And it's like, yeah, that was something that was difficult for me, challenging for me. You know what I'm saying? Very challenging, But I think I'm starting to get the hang of it now. Like, and that kind of extends off the last video I made when I was speaking on just like innovation, just like from, period, and just how like innovation is endless. Like, you know what I'm saying? Straight up, innovation is endless. Because when you really look at innovation, and you look at just how, even with jail culture, just like how, the microwave, and like, man, how folks be getting innovative in that microwave with just all types of stuff, man, and just whipping stuff together that make you wonder why you wasn't making it in the street. You're on the street, right? And it's like that sort of innovation. And it's like that's what makes life. That's what makes it what it is, right? That's what puts that spark, is that innovation sort of thing, right? And it's that thing where you're sort of you're taking scraps of things, taking the little details of the things that you have that are in your possession, right? That you have right in front of you, right? That's yours. And you just innovating that shit. You just innovating that joint, making something out of it. And you know what I'm saying? And it's becoming a real thing. Or it just becomes, an innovative thing, I'll say, right? You innovating and you recycling and reinforcing things that you have right in front of your face, right? That's in your possession. So I think getting back to that is very important. And, straight up, I think that's just a very powerful thing and a very important thing to do. And not get too caught up in just like, I think that's the very important thing to do, and just not get too caught up in, just not getting what, terms of just like too distracted by what we see on the internet, and not too distracted what you see on, social media, and getting taken out of the present in terms of what you have in your own environment. You know what I'm saying? As much as shit tries to make that happen, like, I think that's the important thing to know and do. And I think with that sort of mind frame and that sort of mindset, not only will things start to make sense and like details start to make more sense, but at the same time, you can start to really actually enjoy life, and see what it's really all about, for yourself. You could probably, gauge yourself and, and just like live your life, right? You know what I'm saying? And just appreciate, that sort of thing. I think that's very important. But anyway, like, you know, yeah, you can sort of just look at you, gauge you, appreciate you, and you know, you could probably see, you know what I'm saying? You could probably see, you know, and have a proper like input and perspective on you, you know what I'm saying? You could sort of properly see, and things start to make sense, right? Um, Things start to make sense when you can stay in the present, and like you can sort of like, you know, you know, at least the longer you start to process it. But anyway, with that being said, I think I'm gonna conclude this joint right here. I know this is a very fast podcast. We didn't stay on this one too long, but this is something for the Critical Thought channel. But the last thing I did want to tie together right here in this channel, though, is just like that sort of mind frame is important. Extending off the last video, like I said, I made that was talking about innovation, you know, is because it's like when you can innovate and when you can like take that mind frame, but at the same time, just, you know, at the same time, like just sort of know like things are just gonna be what they gonna be. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, things are just gonna be what they gonna be. And it's like, you know, no change, like that's just it, right? And I think that's the important thing, man. The scoreboard concept, right? I think those two concepts put together is very important, right? You know, innovation, you know, mind frame, but also the scoreboard mind frame. So that's going to conclude this video. That's all I got for y'all. I'm not going to dabble on no longer. Peace, love, and yeah, we out this joint.